Roll call. Toth.
Here.
Oberdorf.
Here.
Eckel.
Here.
Tinney.
Here.
Owen.
Here.
Keeben. Here. Reynolds.
Here.
Is there a motion to approve the minutes for the January 27th, 2025 regular council meeting?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor of approving the minutes from January the 27th, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Abstain.
Okay.
Is there a motion to approve the agenda for the February 10th, 2025 regular council meeting?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor of approving the agenda for February the 10th, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Any committee reports this evening? Done? Okay, report of the mayor and administrator. Allison, would you like to go first?
I'm going to have the sheriff speak, so
Okay.
You want to do that, or do you
Oh.
want to bring in people to get rid of the crowd, so people that don't want to hear me talk?
I didn't see you. Hello. You want to go right to that, Allison?
we can go right to whatever you'd like to do.
Officer of the year, and then we'll
Chief Matt Beeger adopt that, was awarded Officer of the Year that year, and then he retired in '85. So again, congratulations, Travis. I got a plaque for you.
Going to swear in the new officer.
At this time, I'd like Rick Soroka and his family to come up. There's a lot of Soroka. Anyways, I'll have you stand right here. Please speak, please. Please raise your right hand. I, Richard Soroka,
I, Lucas Soroka,
do hereby solemnly swear
do hereby solemnly swear
that I shall support the Constitution
that I shall support the Constitution
and laws of the state of Ohio,
and laws of the state of Ohio,
the charter of the city of Rossford,
the charter of the city of Rossford,
and that I shall faithfully,
and I shall faithfully,
honestly,
honestly,
and impartially
and impartially
discharge the duties
discharge the duties
of fire chief
of fire chief
for the great city of Rossford, Ohio. Congratulations.
I'm not much in speeches, but I want to thank everyone here that has come out to support us, including my family, my wife Wendy, my daughter and son, Ben, Nick, Bree, and then three grandkids. I couldn't be here without the help of everybody in this room. I have several chiefs here, some of them that I'm trying to emulate and try to make feel proud. I know that the city of Rossford deserves a great fire department. They do have it now, and I want to make this pledge to the firefighters that they're here for Rossford. I'm all in after talking over with the city administrator and the mayor. We're going to get 6 people a day. 6 people a day. 4 people on an engine, 2 on a transport. So our chief, Kay, Captain Yingling, is a part of my team, and we're going to make that happen with their support. And so I promise the citizens that we will do the best we can to have a professional fire department.
We only had one reservation when we vetted him. He left Naples, Florida to come up to Rossford. So again, thank you so much. Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you again.
Chief?
Yes, thank you.
It's quite a nice pen. I see what she like. I was just gonna ask her that.
Alice, do you want to witness her?
Whatever you want to ask, fine.
Thanks again for everyone being here. Now I'd like to bring up Ron Kay. Ron is a retired firefighter from the city of Oakville. He has 34 years in there. He was a Washington Township chief, and he retired from there. I happened to be in his ear and asked him if he was interested in coming over and helping me with this endeavor, trying to get us to a point where we believe that be a professional division. And Ron was gracious enough to say yes. I'm going to use his experience as much as anybody else. So I would like to swear Ron in as my new assistant chief. Raise your right hand. I, Ron Kay. I, Ron Kay. Do hereby solemnly swear. Do I solemnly swear. That I shall support. That I shall support. The Constitution and laws. The Constitution and laws. Of the state of Ohio. Of the state of Ohio. The charter of the city. The charter of the city. And of Rossford, and that I shall faithfully. That the city of Rossford, and I shall faithfully. Honestly and impartially discharge. Honestly and impartially discharge. The duties of assistant fire chief. The duties of assistant fire chief. For the city of Rossford, Ohio. For the city of Rossford, Ohio.
Thank you, Chief Soroka, City Council, Mayor, for this opportunity to get back in the fire service. It's something that I'm very passionate about, something I love, and for an opportunity to come back and be part of this team and to be part of this department and assist and help in the transition to a full-time fire department, it was something I'm really excited about. I was very encouraged and I'm excited about the vision we have planned for the fire department. I know we're going to have a fire department that the community and the citizens will be very proud of, and mostly the firefighters of the city of Rossford will be very proud. So I thank you for this opportunity, and I'm looking forward to being all in and doing the best we can for the city of Rossford. Thank you.
This is Councilman Sullivan.
Nice to meet you again.
Nice to meet you again.
Yes.
Councilwoman Atkins.
Hi, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you again.
Kevin, our law director. Yes, yes. Again, congratulations. Want to get a quick picture?
Oh, sure, Tim.
They say his last name was K.
Thank you, Tim. My next team member that I talked about in the, join our team is Captain Greg. Come on, please. Greg also served over 33 years with me and under Chief Santiago and Chief Armstrong and Chief Bird. Greg brings a wealth of knowledge. He was our training officer for our operations. And Greg has a wealth of information, and one of Greg's main points that he gets along with people and he understands, he listens to them, which I think is very important, that we have to listen to what other people say. And Greg works it out, and he's a great instructor. So, you ready, please? I, Greg Ely,
I, Greg Eagerly,
do hereby solemnly swear
do hereby solemnly swear
that I support the Constitution
that I support the Constitution
and laws of the city of Ohio,
and laws of the state of Ohio,
and of the city
Charter of the city
of Rossford,
of Rossford,
that I shall faithfully,
and I shall faithfully,
honestly, and impartially
partially discharge
the duties of training coordinator captain
the duties of training coordinator captain
for the city of Rockville, Ohio.
for the city of Rossford. I don't have a whole lot to say, but Chief Soroka and Chief K covered it. We are really excited to come here. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm really looking forward to working with these gentlemen. I think they'll get my best every single day, I can promise you that. And we're going to do good. So thank you. Real boss.
Yeah, the real boss.
Yeah, this is Councilman Sullivan.
What's happening, Captain? Nice to meet you.
Council.
Nice to meet you.
Atkins, just our president of council. Okay. Councilwoman Tinney.
Hi, nice to meet you.
This is Councilman Owens.
Nice to meet you, sir.
Councilman Eden.
Welcome.
Councilwoman Brown.
Nice to meet you.
And this is the guy that runs the council. Okay. Our clerk, Bob Watson.
Nice to meet you.
Congratulations.
So the last thing that I want to say is, we're going to be proud of your fire department. We're going to work with the police department. We're going to get along. I want to thank you for your time and for your leadership. I look forward to working with you. But thank you, everybody, for coming out.
Correspondence.
No correspondence, Mayor.
Okay.
Do we want to have
Sure.
resolution?
Yes,
Oh, yeah, he's skipped Allison's.
he's hiding in the corner back there.
Not very many Rossford council meetings I've been to where you have a big crowd like this, so this is good. Pretty good.
Welcome, Sheriff.
Thank you. I do everything on a 6th grade level, so I like to keep things simple, and I'm going to keep my presentation short, and I'll answer any and all questions that any of you have. I just want to talk a little bit about Rossford, my hometown. You know, this is
Mark?
Yes. Oh, you want my, okay. My mouth isn't, I'm not loud enough? Wow, okay. Anyway, I grew up in Rossford, as many of you know, born and raised here, graduated from Rossford High School in '79. I'm still very active at St. Michael's Church, attend there, and I'm a trustee of the church. My children are 4th generation going to the St. Michael's Church, and I still own a rental house on Dixie Highway that my wife and I lived in for 7 years, and I have it as a rental property. So Rossford's very near and dear to me. And I had Mr. Oberdorf as my teacher. So if there's anything in mind, I'm going to have a little handout for you. If you don't like it, he was my accounting teacher my sophomore year, so it's all his fault if you don't like it. Just blame Mr. Oberdorf. So great teacher, a lot of great memories, and just give you all some history. And I remember these days when I was in junior high. I used to ride with the Rossford officers all through high school and college. And Libby Owens Ford used to do all the dispatching, and they did it for free. It was a service because it was good for them. They could get a quick response for fire, EMS, police by doing the dispatching. And then somewhere along the line, they decided, gee, we may have some liabilities here. So they gave it up, and then Walbridge did the dispatching and did that for a few years for Rossford, Walbridge, and I believe Lake. And then at some point, Walbridge gave it up, and Lake did the dispatching for Rossford, Walbridge, and Lake. And if I'm incorrect on any of these things, I know some people have been around for a while. Or Chief, please at any time correct me on anything I'm saying that may not be correct. And speaking of fire chiefs, I remember Larry Wayner was the chief at 123 Walnut Street is where he lived. So anyway, Mayor McKinnon came to me in 2014 or 2015 and met me at his outer office at Moe's and said, Sheriff, why don't you do our dispatching? And I said, because you haven't asked. So we had a great discussion and had several meetings with the law director, other people, and we came up with a agreement on dispatching. And shortly after that time, we took over and did the dispatching for Walbridge and also for Lake Township. We do the initial dispatch for every fire and EMS in the county. So whether it's in Bowling Green or Perrysburg City or Perrysburg Township that have their own dispatch to save time, because we get 92.7% of all the 911 calls come into my office because all the wireless calls come to us, and it actually has saved lives because we can immediately tone out fire and EMS, and then if they have their own dispatchers, they take the call unless it's an emergency medical situation. We're the only, last I knew, emergency medical dispatchers in the county. So we stay on the line to give directions until the paramedics or EMTs arrive on scene. And that's something that we do for all those calls. So we get 36,000 911 calls at my office, 36,000 911 calls a year. And the Department of, well, it used to be PUCO, I'm not sure who does it now, but they monitor all the 911 centers in the state, and they every year do a report of how all of them are doing. We have the highest marks of the 36,000 911 calls. We answer 99.99% of all those calls within 15 seconds. The remainder 1,000th of a percent is answered within 20 seconds. And that's like off the charts. There are other people, I don't want to talk about Lucas County. Did I mention that by name? You may be put on hold to get a 911 call. There's a long, they're not answered, 99.99% of the calls are not answered, correct me if I'm wrong, are not answered within 15 seconds. So we're very, very proud of that. They do a great job. And what's happened over time is Rossford has grown, and I have some numbers on some things that I'll pass out with council. I have 15 copies. Your population hasn't increased a lot, but your business has, which is a great thing. That's your tax base. Amazon wasn't thought of. And just to give you an idea, just Amazon alone, last year, 2024, there were 385 law enforcement calls there, 172 fire EMS calls. Meyer, which I don't think was around in 2015 in Rossford, 140 law enforcement calls, 26 fire EMS calls. Target, 85 law enforcement calls, 6 fire EMS. UPS, 52 law enforcement calls, 31 fire EMS. Walmart, 13 law enforcement calls. So there are a lot of calls, a lot of activity going on. So what I'd like to do is I'm just going to pass out some very simple numbers for you to see the change that's happened, and then I'll go over those, and then I'll answer any questions. Again, I promise to keep this short because I just try to think, if I were a city council member, what would I want to see in here? So I'm trying to keep it all to the point. And I will give one of the Chief. So the top page, because the three full-time police departments that we charge for are the three full-time that are on dispatch, which is Rossford, Lake, and Walbridge. And currently, Walbridge, which is by far the smallest, pays for half a dispatcher. Lake Township, which population-wise is large when you include Millbury, et cetera, they pay for 1.5 dispatchers, and Rossford pays for 1 dispatcher. So if you look at the calls for service on these, it's very self-explanatory on what those numbers are. And where's their chief? Okay. So anyway, again, keeping it simple, Lake Township, which is paying for 1.5 dispatchers. You can see the number there, 5,800. Rossford, 8,379. Walbridge, 3,086. So, and then my office was at 38,000. So anyway, because these are administrative calls, we also answer when, is it Lisa that works at the police station? Like if she goes to lunch or if she's not in, the calls forward to us, all the administrative calls. So we get those throughout the day, or if she's off sick, whatever, we get those calls. And obviously evenings, weekends, we answer all those calls. So then you're going to say, well, gee, Sheriff, are you ripping us off? Are we getting a good deal? If you turn the page, I today contacted, wait a minute, mine doesn't, is it on the sheet? Is there one that has the, yeah, what they're paying? I'm sorry, I don't have that on my copy. So on the following page.
Line, Mark?
Pardon me? No, that's right. It'll, yeah, here we go. No, I don't have it on there. I'm sorry. The one that shows here we go. Thank you. So Perrysburg Township. Perrysburg Township's population is around 12,000 people, about double the size of Rossford. They spend, according to John Eckel, I talked to him today, $950,000 a year for their dispatching. Northwood. Northwood is smaller than you. They're the smallest city in the county. You're the third largest city in the county. They're the smallest in the county. They are spending, according to Ed Schimmel, their mayor, this year they're budgeting $550,000 for their dispatching. And again, they're smaller than Rossford. So all I'm asking is because of this growth, and keeping it fair compared to what Walbridge and Lake are doing, is I'm asking you to go from 1 dispatcher, which, by the way, back when we did this in 2015, you were saving money. You were paying over $100,000 a year for your dispatching. We cut it down. I'm asking you to go to 2 dispatchers, which should be approximately $200,000 a year. I don't know the exact figure because we're in contract negotiations right now, and you pay for 2, so it may be depending on where we settle on that. We're working on that. So let's say they get a 4% raise. You'd be somewhere around $104,000 a year. For the 2 dispatchers. And again, you're still paying only a fraction, less than half of what Northwood pays for theirs or what Perrysburg Township does. And you're getting top-notch dispatching. I'll put my dispatchers up against anyone. They do a tremendous job. And I think the police chief's satisfied, and we do all the flock camera monitoring and do calls on those and marina calls, whatever happens. So we've got a great relationship. I love Rossford. I just want to keep it at this level, and I'll answer any questions because again, I want to keep it short and brief. You guys have a lot of other things going on tonight. So
Anybody have any questions?
I have one quick question.
sure.
When this new dispatcher is, have you hired that person already and they're already working, or is
No,
this-
I would be hiring an additional. Yes, I would be. And the other thing I wanted to offer to you all, if it's easier budget-wise, if you want to wait until July 1st, and that way you ease into it and I didn't know what your budgeting was, if you budgeted for the full year, but if it helps we don't have to start it today. We could start it July 1st or halfway through the year. That would be acceptable to us. I just wanted to get you up there, and then it takes us, and I would 4 months to train someone. To get them up to speed. So I may, if we have an agreement, I will probably hire them a little bit before, and I'll eat that just to get them trained, at least partially trained before we would go live with that person, if that's okay.
Okay. Thank you so much. We'll be in touch.
You know I love Rossford, and I may not make it tonight to the event. I've been up since I left the house at 5:45 this morning, so one of those busy days. So
It's all good.
So thank you.
We appreciate
Yep.
you.
Very good. I'll give you your copy back.
Introduction of ordinances. Is there a motion to read ordinance 2025-04 by title only?
So moved.
All those in favor of reading the ordinance by title only, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? 2025-04 is an ordinance amending the contract with the Wood County Sheriff's Office for dispatching services and declaring an emergency. This is the second reading.
Does anybody have any questions about this? Should we, go ahead, Chris.
I'm okay with, I'll motion to suspend with the third reading.
Second.
Is there anyone in the audience that has a problem with us passing this evening, or any questions in regards to it? No.
All those in favor of suspending with the third reading, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Move adoption.
Second.
Vote on the motion to adopt ordinance 2025-04. Heben.
Aye.
Reynolds.
Aye.
Toth.
Aye.
Oberdorf.
Aye.
Eckel.
Aye.
Tenney.
Aye.
Owen.
Aye.
Is there a motion to read ordinance 2025-06 by title only?
So moved.
Second.
Everyone, and call me anytime. You all have a cell phone. If you don't, I'll give it to you, so anytime.
We'll see you, Sheriff. Thank you.
Did someone second that?
I did.
Is there anyone?
In favor
Oh,
of
I'm
reading
sorry.
by title only, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? 2025-06 is an ordinance repealing Section 139.02 of the Rossford Municipal Code and enacting a new Rossford Municipal Code, Section 139.02, full-time fire department established, declaring an emergency. This is the first reading.
Caroline?
Go ahead and suspend with the second and third readings.
Second.
Is there anyone in the audience that has a problem with us passing this evening, or any questions in regards to it? No.
All those in favor of suspending with the second and third reading, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Move adoption.
To declare an emergency.
Second.
All those in favor of declaring an emergency, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Move adoption.
Second.
Vote on the motion to adopt ordinance 2025-06. Eckel.
Aye.
Tenney.
Aye.
Owen.
Aye.
Heben.
Aye.
Reynolds.
Aye.
Toth.
Aye.
Oberdorf.
Aye.
Is there a motion to read ordinance 2025-07 by title only?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor of reading by title only, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? 2025-07 is an ordinance amending supplemental number 3, the annual appropriation measure for the year beginning January 1, 2025, and ending December 31, 2025, passed by ordinance 2024-79. This is a first reading.
Can you repeat that? I'm kidding. Chris?
Thank you. So, Council may remember earlier this year, we passed an ordinance to sign an agreement with Stryker to replace aging equipment at the fire department and to provide preventive maintenance on that equipment. We initially budgeted the first year of the agreement in the 2025 budget. This would simply add the second year of the agreement through year 8 of the agreement, so we can open the purchase order. Happy to answer any questions.
Motion to suspend the second and third reading.
Second.
Does anyone in the audience have a problem with us passing this evening, or any questions in regards to it? No.
All those in favor of suspending with the second and third reading, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Move adoption.
Second.
Vote on the motion to adopt ordinance 2025-07. Heben.
Aye.
Owen.
Aye.
Tenney.
Aye.
Eckel.
Aye.
Oberdorf.
Aye.
Toth.
Aye.
Reynolds.
Aye.
Is there a motion to read ordinance 2025-08 by title only?
So moved. Second.
All those in favor of reading by title only, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? 2025-08 is an ordinance authorizing the city administrator to enter into an agreement with the Ohio Department of Transportation for the purpose of installing pedestrian hybrid beacons and declaring an emergency. This is a first reading.
Allison?
This is the LPA agreement so that we can get the grant money.
to get started on the pedestrian hybrid beacon project, which is for Dixie and Superior. So we need to get this back to ODOT, so I'd like you to pass it tonight if at all possible, in case we need it by the 1st of March. And if something were to happen with inclement weather, or we didn't have a quorum next time, I'd just like to have it passed so that we can.
Move suspension of the second and third reading.
Second.
Anyone in the audience have a problem with us passing this evening, or any questions in regards to it? No?
All those in favor of suspending with the second and third reading, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Motion to declare 2025-08 an emergency.
Second.
All those in favor of declaring an emergency, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Adoption.
Second. Vote on the motion to adopt ordinance 2025-08. Owen?
Aye.
Heben?
Aye.
Toth?
Aye.
Reynolds?
Aye.
Oberdorf?
Aye.
Eckel?
Aye.
Tinney?
Aye.
Is there a motion to read ordinance 2025-09 by title only?
So moved.
Second. All those in favor of reading by title only, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? 2025-09 is an ordinance establishing the compensation for the fire chief for the city of Rossford, Wood County, Ohio, and declaring an emergency. This is a first reading.
Go ahead,
Move to
Mr. Olson.
suspend the second and third reading of 2025-09.
Second.
Is there anyone in the audience that would have a problem with us passing this evening, or any questions in regards to it? No?
All those in favor of suspending with the second and third reading, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Move to declare 2025-09 an emergency measure.
Second.
All those in favor of declaring an emergency, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Move for adoption.
Second. Vote on the motion to adopt ordinance 2025-09. Oberdorf?
Aye.
Toth?
Aye.
Reynolds?
Aye.
Heben?
Aye.
Owen?
Aye.
Tinney?
Aye.
Eckel?
Aye.
Is there a motion to read ordinance 2025-10 by title only?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor of reading by title only, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? 2025-10 is an ordinance authorizing the award of a contract for the Maryland Drive Drainage and Paving Project and declaring an emergency. This is a first reading.
Allison?
This is the Maryland Drive project. I know we've had citizens that live on Maryland Drive asking for this for at least 4 years. So here it is. We need to get it out and get it moving so that we can get it done.
Is this the
Caroline?
final? Oh, go ahead.
I was going to ask a question, so go ahead.
No, no.
And it's not sidewalks or
No.
curbs? It's
It's
just?
drainage and then pavement.
Okay.
Because the big problem on Maryland is the
Is it
drainage.
Yeah.
Is this the final for the 5-year plan?
We have Hillcrest and that piece of Riverside.
Yeah.
And we also have Rinker that'll go this year.
Okay.
And then that will be the end of the 5-year plan.
Move suspension of the second and third readings.
Second.
Is there anyone in the audience that has a problem with us passing this evening, or any questions in regards to it? No?
All those in favor of suspending with the second and third reading, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
To declare an emergency?
Second.
All those in favor of declaring an emergency, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Move adoption.
Second. Vote on the motion to adopt ordinance 2025-10. Eckel?
Aye.
Oberdorf?
Aye.
Toth?
Aye.
Reynolds?
Aye.
Heben?
Aye.
Owen?
Aye.
Tinney?
Aye.
Mr. Watts, are there any resolutions this evening?
No, Mayor.
Okay, Councilman Marks, to the right of me, Councilman Toad.
Thank you. I'd like to thank Andrew Vasic on his running of our fire department as acting chief. He took over in a time of unknown, and one brick at a time built it to what we have today. Enjoy your extra time with your family, and again, thank you, sir. I'd like to welcome Chief Rick Soroka and Assistant Chief Kay, and wish you good luck in helping with the transition from volunteer to full-time. And congratulations, Officer of the Year, Travis Whitmore.
Okay. Mr. Oberdorf.
Yeah, just echoing Councilman Toll's congratulations to Travis Whitmore, Officer Whitmore, as Police Officer of the Year. Quite an honor.
and welcome to our new chief, assistant, and all of his staff. Thank you.
Councilwoman Eckel?
Welcome to our new team. I'm excited. It's been a journey over the last year, and so I've kind of mama beared it a little bit, so it's good to be able to have it in good hands and see what it grows up to be. And I want to thank our interim chief, Andrew Vasic. He worked hard as a member of the Special Fire Committee. He taught me a lot. I haven't learned that much about anything since engineering school, such a short time. So it was a crash course and everything. I want to thank you for stepping up and taking the reins during a tumultuous time here. Under your leadership, we filled shifts. Our reliance on mutual aid decreased. You brought community service back to the department with things like serving at the football team dinners, levy campaigns, and you brought back the department open house, which was a big yes for everyone. You know, we enjoy that. But also under your leadership, the committee decided to take the leap into this full-time department. And a test was put together, and we have 21 to 23 candidates, and they can't wait to work here. And you did this all while working another full-time job and being a dad, but at your full-time job, you managed to get promoted to battalion chief while you're doing all this. So you're kind of an overachiever, but I know this is public service and this is what we do, but that doesn't mean that it's not good to recognize people for it and to say thanks. So thank you for everything you did, and enjoy your time off, and we do expect you to come back in 3 months after your leave of absence and be a part of this great new team that we're starting.
Councilwoman Tinney?
Yeah, I also wanted to say a couple things. I'm deeply thankful to see how far we've come from the first inception of this idea to now. What began as a committee of 9 people has now come to fruition through challenging times and immense hard work. It's truly remarkable. I am thrilled to welcome Chief Soroka and his team to our team. His experience and leadership will be invaluable as we work to realize our vision of becoming a full-time fire and rescue department. This marks a new chapter in building bridges, healing old wounds, and moving forward together. I'm excited to see what lies ahead. I want to take a moment to acknowledge Captain Andrew Vasic. As many of you know, Captain Vasic stepped in as our interim chief when Chief Driller retired. What some did not realize was that while serving as our interim chief, he worked full-time as a battalion chief with Springfield Fire and Rescue. His unwavering commitment to us throughout this process has been nothing short of remarkable. Chief Vasic, your leadership and guidance have been invaluable, and the legacy you leave will be remembered for generations. I'd also like to express my deepest gratitude to Captain Vasic's wonderful wife, Mindy, and their incredible children, Mason, Brooklyn, Nolan, and Abby. Your sacrifice, especially the time you've shared without him, have not gone unnoticed. This journey was a burden to your family, and it speaks volume about your dedication to our city. On a personal note, I want to thank you, Andrew, for your patience and grace as I navigated my role as a newly elected council member. I had a lot to learn and still do, especially about how our fire and rescue department operates. Your support has been invaluable to me. I am personally grateful for you and your family's commitment to our city, and I wish you a really nice time off, and I can't wait to see you back.
Councilman Owens?
I echo the sentiments. I don't want to read everything that they said, so, but looking forward to the future. And I also want to have a special recognition for the rec center for another excellent Little Pups basketball season. They finished that up this past week, and everybody had a great time.
Awesome. Councilman Heben?
It's glad to see us moving forward. Very excited to see what happens.
Councilwoman Reynolds?
Thank you again, Andrew, for everything that you've done for us, and welcome to our new team members. I am very excited to see where we go with this, and congratulations to Officer Whitmore.
All right, audience remarks. Motion to adjourn?
Second.
All those in favor of adjourning, please say aye.
Aye.